Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. My channel name is My Scattered Brain. And there's a lot of reasons for that. However, I do go through a lot of different thoughts all at once. So I was just going to come out to my yard and get a little morning peace. And maybe I'll take you with me. And then we'll do a craft in a little while. When I come out here, I'm trying to just enjoy and observe and visit those things that I love. Plants, birds, sunshine, the grass under my feet. I have this huge holly tree here. So sometimes I don't get to go barefoot because if I step on holly leaves, they're like thorns on the edges. So I'm going to turn you around as I walk and, show you a few things. Okay, so this is our work in progress. We've got a jumbly mess. You see my my hibiscus that I rescued from the supermarket. We decided to plant some of them even though they might not make it through the winter. There's my pile of cement and my other pile of cement, my old sheds. Here's my little wall of plants that I did. The lettuce is done. And what I would say is that the veggies that are here, this planter is not serving them, which I kind of, felt like they weren't going to do great in there, just for lack of soil and for drying out quickly. We did get one cucumber. We have some Roma tomatoes there, over here. I would do this again, and I would do it with maybe just the vinca and the begonias and maybe the marigolds, and just leave the veggies out of it, or do all herbs maybe. And one thing you need is you probably need a good drip system, but I want to show you this. Look, I have 2 melons. They're growing and they look happy. And there's some tomatoes. So one thing that we're thinking is maybe eventually collecting old windows and doors and like framing out a greenhouse. But we'll see. Over here is an old cooler. Last year we planted carrots in it. It was a curbside pickup. We planted carrots in it and they did just okay. They were like skinny and scrawny, but they were a fun experiment. And then everything that's in here now is pretty much a self-plant. So we have corn from the feeding the birds, and an old tomato that I guess somehow was in the soil. Let's see, that's an elephant plant that I got from a garage sale. This is a little cat fountain attached to a sink base. That sink came out of my bathroom when we remodeled. The sink part broke, but these were just, this is just my different statuary. What I try and do is not buy any statuary new. I try and collect them from garage sales and things like that. Cement statuary is very expensive, and I can't justify that. And then these benches were at a curbside pickup as well, and they're mosaic, and they're falling apart, but that's what I like about them. Over here we have canna leaves. I keep waiting for them to bloom, and then it occurred to me maybe they're not a blooming variety. And then over here we have peaches, which I've been nursing these trees back to health. They've been overshadowed by the larger trees in the area. And they also seem to have some kind of borer or something that makes them sappy. So I have to figure that out. This was a curbside pickup. Didn't have a lid. I put a pot lid on the top of it, but now we throw peanuts in there and the squirrels come down. And then what I do is over here I'll put little peanuts around, and I'll put peanuts up here, and the blue jays will come and hunt them out and grab them. All right. Now this is going to be my nemesis project. I already know this. Wisteria's come out of here. Vines have come out of here. Forsythia is planting itself all over the place. It's just a jungle. And it's going to be one of those things that's going to take years to tame, to kill off the stuff that I don't want. Now over here, I don't know if you can even see it. Right in here where these marigolds are planted, there's a chimney flue there. It came out of a chimney that we removed from the house that wasn't being used. And then there's all piles of bricks in here. It's just a place where I threw everything. And it's already being taken over by the Virginia creeper. Virginia creeper grows on everything. Now it doesn't damage anything, and it's not like poison ivy or anything. You just have to keep pulling it off. And then there is trumpet vine in here. This trumpet vine, it's pretty aggressive. And then there's sticker bushes. So that's just a project that every so often I have to unbury everything. There was a big pecan tree here that was disintegrating, so. We have some zucchini plants. There's one zucchini. There's a little baby zucchini. We already had one zucchini that didn't make it. It turned yellow. And I just think the water is so inconsistent here that it didn't want to make it. Yeah. Anywhere you see zinnias, anywhere that you see beautiful zinnias, they self-planted. They self-seeded. This is their second year of self-seeding. And I love that look. So I let them. I think this year is the year of the jumbly garden. Just a few things here and there. Those sunflowers were the ones that I found in the lawn. Down in here are those azaleas I have to find a spot for. Look at this little guy. You see him? He's working. Let's see, there's the marigold that took over everything. I took marigolds out of here. I planted them here. I made a whole line over here. And I just made a whole line over there. Up against the foundation of the house. It's like, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to take you around this bed. This bed is pallets. Okay, so these cucumbers are from the same pack that I used in the wall garden that I made. So they're obviously much happier. And then these are the other melons. And guess what? Let me see if I can find it. I do have another melon over here. So I just planted these in here, and I just made sure that I kind of tried to train them so that they would come, look, over the wall. So our first year here, I planted literally 100 tomato plants, and it became a full-time job to water and harvest. I mean, harvesting became it became crazy. So now I'm on my little barn porch, I'll call it. And that up there, that's where I do my art. And so you see, I come out here and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to clean up and I got to do this and I got to do that. And that's kind of the scattered brain part of me is one, it's this way, and that scatters me a little. But also just that there's so many projects that like to just sit and find peace. Sometimes that's a task, it's a task. So I have to I have to have a balance of looking past all of this and the anxiety that it causes and, find my peace and enjoy what I have out here and know that eventually I'll get there. It's like the gardening. I don't need to have rows and rows of tomatoes like I did the first year. I can just relax and enjoy what showed up, the couple things that I planted, and hopefully make that the bright part of my day. Not the fact that there's junk I have to organize and there's stuff all over the yard and the lawn needs to get cut again. That will steal your joy pretty darn quick. So grass is going to grow and stuff is going to accumulate when you don't always have a place for it. And so this is, we call her Puddin'. Puddin' is a stray that decided to stay. And so she thinks she's the boss and she's very scattery. Hey, Puddin'. Puddin'. Oh, Puddin'. Good morning. So here I have the signatures for my Junk Journal Madness of June 2025. And I took them out of the folio. And I thought, well, probably the next thing I should do is I should make sure each signature has a tab. So this one has a tab. This one does not have a tab, but the thing is, I thought this would act as a tab, but it's actually recessed. So that one needs a tab. This one needs a tab. This one has a tab. And that one has a tab. So I want to make sure they're alternated. So the tabs I'm going to be making are going to be within this. They don't need to be in order. So let's start with this one. This one I think I'll do fabric because it's here. So I'll have peanuts on already. You don't see my scissors anywhere, do you? That's weird.
What?
My scissors? Did we use them for something? Oh. I put my scissors away, that's why I couldn't find them. Okay. I'm just measuring. It's got to come beyond this thing here, so it's actually going to be like that. I'm struggling today. Okay. Okay, I'll stick that one off to the side.
It's just disabled.
Who's that?
Blue.
Oh, it's too sweaty out here.
The dragonfly.
Too sweaty in here. See how this already, I did it wrong and it already glued. Ugh. Oh well. And then this one. So let's see. And this one. Okay. What are you laughing at, Will?
Cat.
Where is the cat?
It's coming across over here.
Is she gonna be sneaky? Is she being sneaky or is she just being her? What's up?
I'm gonna get it together.
Oh no. Walking around, I'm like, oh, I need to mow the lawn. I need to move some weeds. I need to. I need to. Don't want to. But I need to. Put it in the wrong spot. Alright, that's alright. Okay, folks. That was short and sweet. I know I talked your ear off on my little garden tour. Now every single signature has its own tab. I was kind of distracted. Like I said, just really wasn't into it today. So I'm going to cut my losses. Have a great day.